Good morning, student. Welcome to KTech High School. Everyone, open your geography textbook. Chapter number 4, Air Pressure. Student, let's recall first. Have you tried the activity that shows air has weight on a page number 16 of your science textbook? Now, student, there is one activity which is there on your science textbook. So, what is that activity? Is anyone know? Let's see the picture over here. This was your activity. Am I right? Okay. Now, student, can you see on the two end of the stick there will be a two balloon. One is full blown balloon and on the other side there is a flat balloon. So student, if we release the air from the one side of the balloon, what you will see? You will see that the one side of the corner of the stick where the full blown balloon is there, that side will be down and that stick will be tripped on which side? On the full blown balloon side. Why, student? Because it shows that the full blown balloon has weight. It contains pressure in that full blown balloon. That's why the stick has tripped on which side? On full blown balloon side. Understood, student? Now let's see the geographical explanation. During the activity, you saw that the balloon tripped on the side of the full blown balloon. This shows that the air has weight. Student, now we have seen the activity, and from that activity, what we came to know? We came to know that the air has weight, right? The stick has moved on that side of the full blown balloon because that balloon contains a weight, and because of that activity we came to know that the air has weight. Let's see next. Anything that has weight exert pressure on the thing that lies below it. Thus, the air in the atmosphere exert pressure on the surface of the earth. Due to this air pressure, various phenomena like storms, precipitation, etc. Underline this word, student. Phenomena means effect. Storm, precipitation means rainfall, occur in the atmosphere. There are variation. Underline this variation means changes in air pressure. Now let's see the explanation. Student, any object, okay, which has weight, okay, any object if we see that has weight, what it will going to do, student? That object contain a pressure on which thing? On the thing which lies below it. Okay, student, to understand this, student, let assume that a piles of books are there in front of you. Suppose you have arranged piles of book. Now tell me, student, on which book the pressure will be more, student? Yes, definitely. The pressure will be on the lower book will be more, and the pressure on the upper book will be less. Understood? So similarly, student, the air which is very close to the earth. Okay, it contains a more pressure than the air which is on the upper layer of the atmosphere. Understood, student? The air which is very close to the earth. Okay, on the earth's surface, student, the air pressure will be more. Okay, and as we go away from the earth's surface, we see that the air pressure will be low. Now, student, because of the air pressure, the air contains weight, the air has pressure. Because of this air pressure, what happens, student? We see a different things. We observe a different effect. Like, student, because of this air pressure, we see storms. Storms means tufan. Precipitation. Precipitation means rainfall. So, student, because of this air pressure, we observe storms or atmosphere or precipitation, that is rainfall, which occur on our atmosphere. Understood, student? Now say, student, earth, on the surface of the earth, student, air pressure has different on different places. So there will be a variation. Variation means there will be a changes in air pressure. How? Let's see. Air pressure is not uniform on all places on the earth surface. Second, air pressure keeps on changing from time to time. Third, the altitude of a region, underline this word altitude. Altitude means height. Temperature of air and amount of water vapor in the air are some factors influencing air pressure. Underline this, student. Altitude of a region, temperature of the air and amount of water vapor. These are the three things which affect the air pressure. Now let's see the explanation. Student, our air pressure is not uniform. Uniform means it is not same on all the places of the earth. If you go to the particular region, student, can you see that the air pressure will be same on all the places on the surface of the earth? No. Look at this picture, student. In first picture you will see the climate is very cold. In another picture you will see the climate is very hot. So, student, two different places observe a different climate. Okay, so what I want to say is air pressure on a different region is different. Air pressure is not same on all the places of the earth surface. If suppose in our Pune our air pressure is very hot, okay, the climate is very hot, so every time we see a hot climate, student, no, it keeps on changing. Okay, so it keeps on changing from time to time. Second, we have seen that it keeps on changing from time to time. So as the time passes, it keeps on changing from time to time. Okay, and the third one, the altitude of a region. Altitude means the height of a particular region, and the temperature of the air. How much temperature the air contain in that particular region, student, and how much amount of water vapor is there in the air. These three factors, student, it also affect the air pressure. What are the three factors? First one is height, second is the temperature, and the amount of water vapor. So these three things, student, keep in mind, it always affect the air pressure. Understood, student? air pressure. Okay, now let's see altitude of a region and air pressure. Let's see the proportion of dust in the air, water vapor, heavy gases, etc. is higher in the air closer to the surface of the earth. This proportion decreases with increasing altitude. As one moves higher and higher from the surface of the earth, the air becomes thinner and thinner. As a result, the air pressure decreases with increasing altitude. Now see the explanation. Student, on the surface of a earth, we are living on a earth surface, right? So on a surface of a earth, student, the proportion of dust means धूल मट्टी जो होती है, okay, the proportion of dust is higher. Okay, have you seen the sun rays, student? Look at this picture over here. So in the sun rays, a minute dust particle we see, right? So these dust particles are in large number on our earth's surface. Second, water vapor. On the coast, on a sea water, student, what happened? The sun rays fall on the water and it gets evaporated. So our air also contain what? Water vapor. So the amount of water vapor are also in large number on a earth's surface. Third, heavy gases. We see a large number of factories emitting poisonous gases. On a earth's surface, there will be a large number of human activity which are using large number of vehicles, right? And this vehicle, student, also releasing a poisonous or a heavy gases. So student, on a earth's surface, these heavy gases, these dust particles and this water vapor are in large number. Okay, but student, these gases will be decreases. Okay, the proportion of all these particles in a air will be decreased when, but when we go to the higher places, as the altitude will be increasing. Altitude means as we go from higher and higher from our earth surface. Have you seen there are different layers in atmosphere, right? Mesosphere, exosphere, okay, ionosphere. So student, on a earth surface, these particles are in large number. It is very close to the earth. So student, from the earth's surface, as we go from higher and higher altitude, these dust particles, this water vapor and heavy gases will be decreasing. What happened? The proportion of these particles will be decreasing. Understood? So student, what I want to say is, as we go higher and higher from the surface of the earth, जब हम अर्थ सरफेस से ऊपर की तरफ जाएंगे, एक हायर लेवल हाइट पे जाएंगे, अबव द सी लेवल, सो क्या होगा? द dust particle become less. But student, on the other hand, as we go higher and higher, the air become thinner and thinner. Remind this student, always remember this. जब भी हम अर्थ सरफेस से ऊपर की तरफ जाएंगे तो एयर क्या होंगी? एयर प्रेशर, जो एयर है, द ऑक्सीजन लेवल बिकम व्हाट? बिकम थिनर एंड थिनर. Student, have you seen the astronaut who goes to the space? Student, they always carry oxygen cylinder with them. Know that? Do you know that? Why, student, they carry oxygen cylinder with them, student? Because on the earth's surface, student, we get large number of we get a large number of plenty of air. Okay, plenty of air available on a earth surface. But student, as we go higher and higher from a earth surface, the level of oxygen become less. That's why student, they always carry oxygen cylinder with them. So on the higher level of the earth surface, what happens student, the air pressure, the oxygen become less. Understood? So as a result student, what happened, as the pressure decrease with increasing altitude, जैसा जैसा क्या होगा स्टूडेंट, एल्टीट्यूड बढ़ेगा, एयर प्रेशर क्या होगा, डिक्रीज होगा. ओके, यू ऑलवेज हैव टू थिंक positive. Okay, means if the air pressure decrease, what is the negative side, what is the opposite side of this student? अगर air pressure decrease हो रहा है, so increasing altitude, it means the altitude will be increasing, that person will be going higher and higher from the earth's surface. That's why the air pressure, what happen, it keeps on decreasing. Understood student? Okay, now let's see air temperature and air pressure. Student, to understand this air temperature and air pressure, now we are going to see the example of flying lantern to understood the difference between air temperature and air pressure. Look at this picture over here student. This is a experiment of a flying lantern. Now student, have you seen the lantern during festival, right? So how this lantern flies student? Student, if you want this lantern to fly, what you have to do? You have to lit that candle. Means you have to place one candle in that lantern and you have to lit that lantern. Let's see first student. You have to take a flying lantern. Then what you have to do student? You have to tie a 5 centimeter thread on that lantern. Now if you want that lantern to fly, you have to one place a candle in that and then you have to lit the candle. Now student, as soon as you lit the candle in the lantern, what happens student? The hot air will going to expand in that candle. What happened? The hot air, what happened, it will going to expand. Okay, and because of that hot air student, what happened, it helps that lantern to fly higher and higher, to travel up in the air. Okay student, now let's see the geographical explanation first. The air in the flying lantern gets heated once the candle is lit. The hot air expand, become lighter and start moving up. Therefore, the lantern is also lifted up towards the sky. In nature too, a similar phenomenon occur. So student, we have seen that if we want that lantern to fly up in the sky, we have to, what we have to do, we have to lit the candle, okay, inside the lantern. And as we lit the lantern, you lit the candle, you will see that the hot air will be expand, it start heating. Okay, and as the air become expand in that lantern, it start heating, and due to that heat student, air become lighter and lighter. And now we have seen, as the air become lighter and lighter, what happened, that lantern travels up in the sky, which makes that lantern to fly higher and higher in the sky. Understood, understood student? So student, same things occur in our nature also. How student? Let's see. Temperature and air pressure are closely related. Whenever the temperature is high, the air pressure is low. As the temperature rises in the air gets heated, expand and become lighter. This lighter air in the vicinity means, underline this word, vicinity means surrounding area of the earth's surface, start moving up toward the sky. As a result, the air pressure in such area decreases. Now see the explanation. Student, temperature of a particular region and the air pressure of that particular region both are related to each other. How come student? See, as the temperature increasing, okay, as we go higher and higher, if the temperature of a particular region is very high, so what happened? The air pressure is become very low, है ना? Suppose if in a particular region the temperature is very hot, okay, so sometimes we say now the temperature is very hot, today it is very hot, so at that time student, the air is blowing, no, the air become very mild, okay, so the air pressure of that particular region is low. Understood? सो स्टूडेंट एज द टेम्परेचर, जब भी कोई रीजन का टेम्परेचर जो है बढ़ता है, राइज होता है, तो एयर क्या होती है? हीटेड होती है. एयर गेट हीटेड, ओके. हवा क्या होती है? इट्स गेट हीटेड एंड इट बिकम लाइटर एंड लाइटर. Because of this, what happens student, all the surrounding area of a earth's surface also affect the same thing. Understood? If suppose a particular region observe a hot climate, the temperature become hot, so all the surrounding area of a particular region experience a hot climate. Understood? So what I want to say is, as the temperature rises, look at this picture over here student, whenever the temperature rises, air become lower, okay, and when the temperature become lower, air pressure become higher. Understood? जब भी टेम्परेचर ज़्यादा होगा तो एयर प्रेशर क्या होगा? लो होगा. और जब टेम्परेचर लो होगा तो उसका ऑपोजिट, एयर प्रेशर क्या होगा? हाई होगा. Understood this student? How temperature and air pressure are related to each other? They are always oppositely related to each other. Understood? If temperature is high, air pressure is low, and if air pressure is low, temperature is high. Understood student? Okay. Now we have seen that the places are not same on all the earth's surface. Okay, everywhere we see the air pressure is different in different places. हर places का air temperature क्या होता है? Different होता है, right? So student, temperature zone and pressure belt, they are also interrelated to each other. What? They are also interrelated to each other, and because of this student, temperature zone is larger whereas the pressure belt is narrower. Look at that in the picture. What happened? Temperature zone become larger and pressure belt become narrower. So we are going to learn about this student, air pressure belt and the temperature zone in a coming part of our chapter. Understood student? So whatever I have explained you, the activity, you have to try this activity and you have to read this at your home. Understood? Thank you.